I can't hear Dennis.
Put it in your mouth, Dennis.
Yeah.
So Dennis is recording live from his secret bunker. This is a very curtain-centric recording because Dennis has curtains and then Ben's got his curtains behind him.
Yes. But
Yes.
Ben looks like a magician.
I said Ben looks like he's coming out on the Tonight Show or something.
Yeah.
I have a blanket now here.
Jenny's
How's
wearing
that?
a blanket behind her. You said, no, you have to hold it the entire recording with your arms in the
All
air.
right.
Commit to the bit.
Come in.
I'm in.
What's the deal with emissaries?
I mean, everybody's an emissary.
Oh, let me show you what I got recently. I don't know if I had this when you guys were over.
Who are these people?
So that's just off the stage there.
Captain America.
Oh, nice.
When
That's cool.
Captain America throws his trashy shield.
Hey, I mean, whatever. Looks cool. Whatever.
It's a Chinese ripoff, and it makes me feel.
No, don't
Captain
that-
America.
Oh, we sell more Captain America shields to dumb white men. It's so great.
Well, see, okay, so here's the deal. It was $39.99.
Well, I mean, then you should have figured. I mean, you get what you pay
They
for.
said it was the 75th
There's
anniversary.
no vibranium in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
they said it was the 75th anniversary shield that usually goes for $400, and you can get it for $39.99. So deep in my heart, I was like, yeah, it's some knockoff. If I either get nothing, or it's going to be something. It's made out of the same stuff as like trash can lids.
But whatever, man. I mean, you know what? Some things are too good. You know, they sound
You're
too
lucky.
good.
You're lucky you got it.
They probably are. Yeah.
Price is going to go up with all these aluminum tariffs.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
We sorry now, Mr. Ben. Your $39.99 shield now costs $4 million.
Yeah. Yeah, 400 yen. Not even my money, but that's what we charge you because I don't know how to say won.
$400 million. Oh, your big penis.
I was in Hong Kong for pre and post colony times.
So,
Glorious.
hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 287 of Dork Trek. We watch and review Star Trek, and we talk about them, but barely. Sometimes.
Oftentimes.
Sometimes. I'm joined by a wonderful cast of people. Please feel free to introduce yourself. Let's start with Ben.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Ben. That's it.
Hi, Ben.
Hi,
I'm also Mark Twain.
Ben. All right, just now somebody else just go. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Jenny. Hi.
Hello, Jetty Zell. And last but not least, in his secret bunker,
Yes. My home until I find a new one.
his wife kicked him out of the house.
Yeah. No. I'm Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Are you in the Delta Quadrant, Dennis?
Yes.
We are the cast, the crew, the wonderful dudes and ladies and gents and folks that review Star Trek for your ear holes. Hello and welcome. This is a very sad episode. Very sad, very somber tones. It starts off with immediately. Why is this episode so sad? Anyone? Anyone?
I know.
Anyone? The guy,
Return of Keiko.
the guy standing in front of the red curtain.
Miles!
I'm back.
Oh, shit. I got to hide all these used rubbers.
Are you gay fornicating again? I thought you guys were going to say because, you know, how religion is oppressing the Bajoran people.
Yeah, that's
But
all right.
no.
It's whatever.
Well, that too, but I mean, the episodes,
That's
I
a
mean,
self-inflicted pain.
the episode starts off with like, this is your big A story. Like, Keiko's coming home, fun's over. Like, that's kind of how it starts, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the A story, and the Bajoran shit is the B story.
I could just hear an
Miles.
undertone of Black Sabbath, Goodbye to Romance playing.
Yeah. I mean, it's very somber. These two boys have become really great friends, and the fun's over. The dream is over. What can I say?
Who's going to fight the Jerrys now?
Yeah, who's gonna fight the Battle of Britain? I mean, they got all these props. I mean, it looks like they started a theater company for
They
God's
spent
sake.
a lot of space money.
Yes.
having fun with each other.
They spent a lot of money on things to shove up their asses, is what it looks like. Because there's just like Ben gave me a
I hadn't
Oh,
thought about that, but I'm rewatching the episode.
oh my.
That might work.
Watch it at half speed.
Yes, a lot of
They
nefarious
take
butt
it
things.
full speed.
Yes. Ramming speed.
Good old ramming speed.
Ramming speed.
Umlaut, 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 umlaut.
There's just umlauts over every word.
The letters are made of umlauts.
Umlaut coming over me. Umlaut in
Remember
my teeth.
the poster Anton made? The ramming speed poster?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, that was cool. That was cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But yeah, so they're sad because Keiko's coming home, and I've never seen a fella more sad that his wife is coming home. But
Did she like show up early or something? Like, or did he just lose track of days because he's having so much time having butt sex in the holodeck?
yes,
I think it's B.
both. I think it's C, all of the above.
He did kind of have this look like, oh, what are you doing here already? Oh, crap.
It's already been a year.
Time flies when you're having fun. I mean,
Now, as a sailor, and
As a
someone who
sailor
has-
or as a sailor? Which one?
No,
bud?
as a veteran of the United States Navy,
Okay, all
Anchor
right.
the way, boy.
it's not gay if it's underway. But
Submarine goes down, 100 men, 50 couples.
it's a party. But having seen this happen, when they kept mentioning that she's been gone for a year, and then when she comes off the transport and Molly's like, I have a little brother.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but she's been gone for a year.
Brian is, I mean, he's like a sniper.
It's like, hey, Miles, do you know how this works?
That baby's going to have ridges on its nose.
Oh, I must have dropped the baby, Miles. That's what. Oh, Miles. Okay, so there was this one evening where we had a party, and so me and the girls wanted to go out and have like a girls' night out.
We went to a Klingon strip club, Miles.
We went to a Bajoran porn theater, and they had like 3D holographic porn, and I must have gotten pregnant by one of the holograms.
I've heard of this.
Miles.
Wait, I mean, you see later, Worf, he's automatically getting out of town when that baby's born because he thought it was just anal, but he forgot 2 dicks.
I don't want to have to look at that snatch again.
They can't both go in the butthole.
Double penetration from one guy.
I love that. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Trek. Easily my top 5. What now?
I'll be visiting my parents.
On Earth.
Not my son, though, but my parents. I don't want anything to do with that kid.
What about Alexander? Who?
Ooh. Maybe I will go to the Alexander the Great Museum in Egypt when I'm there, perhaps. That's not a bad idea. I've always been a big fan of his work and his conquering. Yes, his marauding has always been very high quality.
One of the most Klingon humans of all time.
Yes. Not Alexander the Great. They built an Alexander Ovechkin Museum after he won the Stanley Cup in the Earth year 2018. I may go there as well. Yes, not that Alexander. Maybe I'll go to a Little Caesars because they have a guy who looks like Alexander the Great with the thing on his head, and I enjoy pizza. Yes, maybe I'll go there. My son and
I don't have a
Klingon son is called.
Yes, my good
I
friend.
don't even want to say it because I know Ben's going to correct me.
I don't know if you remember this, but a couple episodes ago, I rearranged Kern's face and told him I had no family, and I really meant that. Like that was, I'm sticking with that now for the story of Kern. If you,
All right, I'll visit Jeremy Astor. Jesus, get off my head.
God.
I really don't know who he is either. I just imagine like Jeremy Asher and Alexander are on Earth, and they have like a We Hate Worf club. Like there's just 2 members, and they just sit there bitterly gritting their teeth and fucking motherfucker.
Plotting their
Never
revenge.
They always meet at the grandparents' house. She's
They're checking all the 7-Elevens. He just went out for cigarettes, I'm sure. if I keep checking 7-Elevens, I'll find him eventually.
Each leap, hoping the next leap will be the leap to his dad.
Yeah, I gotta go. I need to get rubbers because, with 2 dicks, you go through a lot of them. I'll be back soon.
You burn through them twice as fast.
Never coming back.
I sure as hell don't want any kids.
Do you think they have
Done.
like really big rubbers that you can put 2 dicks inside of?
You just tie them together.
Rubber? Yeah.
I think they're like a glove. Like it's a 2-fingered
yeah.
glove.
Okay, yeah.
And then if you want that extra support, they have the one that has the little like where your palm would go in a regular glove. There's like a little pouch for the balls.
And then when you come, you have to scream because those warriors didn't make it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You send them on to Stovotor.
Okay, so now I have a question. Do you think that one of the Klingon dicks is slightly bigger than the other one?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, because your balls hang differently, so I imagine.
It's like boobs. Like boobs
Yeah.
aren't the same size.
Oh, okay. So you're dominant. Well, see, but we
You have a
decided they're
dominant dick.
over under.
I have a dominant ball.
Well, the reason that one of your boobs is bigger is because of your dominant hand,
You're
right?
sucking on them. That one get more action.
I don't think. Well, I don't know. I'm probably
Because like if you're right-handed, your right boob is bigger because the muscles get worked more or something.
Work
my
it,
left boob is
girl.
bigger.
Work.
Oh,
Cover girl.
so maybe you compress down the right one.
Yeah.
Work. Turn to the left. Work. Turn to the right. Work. Sachet. Shantae. Shantae.
Have you been watching Drag Race also?
No, every time I hear someone say work, I just automatically think, oh, that's just the way my brain works. Cover girl. Work it, girl. I've never actually even seen Drag Race.
It's fantastic.
I'm a big fan of that song.
What am Drag Race?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know there's like a million people out there right now like, no, I'm never going to watch that stupid show. It's fantastic.
I've heard great things from people I really, really like. Like, I know you love it, Jenny. I know my friend Sheila really loves it. So people I think highly of, at least 2, they really enjoy it. So it's got to have some kind of
we were talking about it on Twitter not too long ago where Justin was doing, like, he does his polls every day on Twitter and he has like this or that. And the poll that day was Road Rules versus the Real World, like which was your favorite MTV reality show.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us were saying like we wanted something like right in the middle that had like the competitions that Road Rules had, but the drama that Real World had. And I was like, that's Drag Race. You get both. Like you get the drama, the ridiculous cattiness and stuff, and then the dumb little competitions every week.
Is Road Rules really our age bracket though?
But I feel like that's a little older. That's a little too.
I think it's a little young for you guys. No, because I started watching Real World in 4th season.
And then that's when I watched it, like early 90s.
I watched from the
no. This was midnight. This was
my season was like 92.
That was in New York when Heather B. When the one girl, the virgin girl, thought that Heather B. was a drug dealer because she had a pager. Remember that?
Are you a drug dealer? And she's from Alabama. Great. Fuck.
Why are you drinking from our water fountain?
But I wish we could do like a reality TV's kind of ruined everything now, but we really need the real world now more than ever.
Yeah,
like to bring people from different parts of the country together. Like that.
God, that would be amazing.
It would be.
Would it be though? I'd be afraid it would start like a race war. Like
Probably.
that would be the cause of the race war.
I mean, it's gonna happen any day now anyway. So.
I mean, we have Big Brother, but that's not the same. Like every time I've tried to watch it, it's just kind of boring.
2 things came out of the writer strike in the late 80s. Right, we had the shortened 2nd season of TNG that led to 50 Shades of Riker.
Pulaski.
And Pulaski is because Maurice Hurley, the head writer, was trying to rape Beverly every week.
Oh yes, Beverly. Why don't you take my advances? Yes, my name is Maurice. Yes.
Somehow his script made it into the 7th season as Rosa.
Yeah, but then because of the writer strike, TV networks decided to try this unscripted television. And that's when we had the big boom and the growth of reality, like they started growing from that. And then they saw, oh, we don't have to pay writers and all this extra production cost, and there's low overhead, and let's just do more. And then it just, this blossoming of reality TV.
It could be a race
As
war.
reality TV grew out of that, America became dumber because they had.
I don't know, man. I think the real world was pretty awesome.
No, it was, but I'm saying what came after. And you started, I mean, it's like, okay, it's like Genghis Khan was great and he held his empire together.
I've never heard anybody say that ever, that Genghis Khan was great.
Great Khan. And then when he passed it on to his children, it all fell apart because that's just how it is. And so Real World was a great, exploration into this field.
Real World San Francisco was good too. I remember watching that one.
Well, no, I'm saying Real World was good, but I'm saying
that
the
was the
shows
one
that
with
came
Puck.
after. Yes.
I remember that one with Puck.
But the thing is that as reality TV grew, we got dumber in what we watched on television.
Judd Winnick was
that
on that one
led to
too.
The Apprentice, which led to the popularity of Trash, and then Trash became president.
I think people were getting dumber anyway. People have always been dumb. I'm just going to back
Let's
it
not
up and
kid
just say that.
ourselves.
I blame the writer strike for Trump. That's all.
Get my bags. I blame dumb white people for Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's
and
right.
those came from and were promoted by reality TV.
Those dumb, insecure white people. That's what I blame for Trump.
Well, goddamn, can't have another one of them in the
Dumb
White
people
House.
of all races watch reality shows, man.
Yeah. I mean, like,
There's a lot of dumb people.
yeah, there's just a lot of dumb people.
Mhm.
I mean, don't think you're better than them.
Look,
I mean,
I think I'm better than everybody. That's just who I am.
who's your fine cheese?
The great thing is now that you're on a different camera from me, Ben, now you can see me rolling my eyes at you.
He could feel it before. I mean, don't
Yeah.
sleep.
I could feel the
Yeah.
warmth of the eye.
Like when my eyes rolled, the vibration that they made as they moved through the air.
It
Just
actually sounded
right
like
in the face.
like a
Sense a great disturbance in the force, as if 1,000 eyes have rolled at once.
No, I go back and watch the videos. That's the only reason I look at the Patreon stuff, so I can watch and see how many times you roll your eyes. I'm starting like a database. It's like, check. And that was an eye roll for me.
For me, it's a drinking game, and I forgot my drink, so I'm like,
Oh, and I did catch on to you guys with your little drinking game with me and that magazine title.
I don't think there was any. I mean, we weren't trying
Yeah,
to
it
hide
wasn't
anything
really-
from
it
you.
wasn't
Like, it,
secret.
yeah, like
I think we
were.
said it.
I wasn't really read into it, and I didn't really pay attention to what you guys were saying on those episodes. But I would advise any of our listeners who do want to participate in that game not to listen to the audiobook for the 50-year voyage, the unauthorized history of Star Trek.
Well, I don't want to listen to it. I heard it was great.
Oh, it is great, but the what do you call it? The editor-in-chief of that magazine that I'm not talking about anymore
Starlog?
is.
Why? Just say it. It's not a big deal.
I'm not
People
gonna
need to get drunk, Ben.
No.
Who
I'm not
you-
going to be responsible for broken families and crashed vehicles throughout the country.
What's up in the sky, Ben?
I'm not going
At
to.
night, what's in the sky?
The moon,
What else?
Moon Tree, My-
Moon Tree magazine.
Moon Tree
We only
magazine.
have somewhere to write what we see when we look up in the sky.
Yes.
See,
What's in my
here's the thing.
fireplace?
So I guess the way it started was there was this magazine where they weren't like a magazine, but they were a publisher,
Uh-huh.
and you would have like some kind of vanity thing that you wanted to do,
Uh-huh.
or a short run, and you could hire them to do the publication for you. And so this guy comes to them, this company, and they say, "Hey, we're going to do this Star Trek magazine." So they
Trek magazine.
they put together all this promo stuff and all the the content, and then the guy comes back and goes, "Oh yeah, hey, we found out. I guess you got to have a license for that, and Paramount was going to sue us. So just never mind. We're not going to do the magazine anymore."
I was like, "Fuck you, man! You know how hard I worked on this magazine. You guys."
Well, that was the thing
is
and they were like, "Shit, we've got all this stuff," and the guy came up with the idea. He's like, "Hey, instead of calling it Star Trek magazine, we'll just call it Star Log magazine, and we will just make it about all of science fiction." And so
those
and
things,
then,
they sell them at half price books here. Like, you can still get them. Like, they sell
Yeah.
them used. It's pretty neat. Every time I see them, I smile and think about you, Ben.
Oh,
because I know you
there's
love
good stuff in there. I mean, that's the thing is, TNG pretty much sold that magazine through the 80s and late 80s, but that was, I mean, where you got all of your news for this stuff.
Now there's just the internet's just filled with it.
I read that Worf was coming to Deep Space Nine. Of course, by that time, Deep Space Nine, you started getting stuff in AOL chat. So,
Okay.
Anyway.
Anywho.
This segment was brought to you by the 90s.
This segment was brought to you by the past. But I guess we really can't say too much because we're reviewing a show that's fucking 30 years old. Yes. So what does it
By
matter?
Sullivan's rose-colored glasses.
I mean, I love the past. I was trying. Yeah, the past is fun. The future is better, but the past is fun. Like
the past is fun when you're white.
No, it's not. I mean, not really.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I guess I'm talking about my personal
Dennis can
past.
go back in time till right about.
Hey, man, look, your people were pretty awesome way back in like the 1500s when there were samurais and shit walking around too, Dennis. You know, I've seen all those movies.
Yeah.
Jenny can't vote before right about here.
I'm talking about personal past, man.
So like the whole what is it? The Sam Beckett quantum leap thing. To just explore moments of your own time,
Yeah, exactly.
Within the bounds of your lifetime.
The bounds of your lifetime.
These are the bounds of our life.
Once in a
Where are we at with this story, you guys?
We haven't even got to the.
We're not even in the credits.
Miles is still cleaning his
Miles
bachelor pad.
Why is there cum all over this stuff, Miles?
Miles, why do you have a bomber jacket?
Miles, why
are there 3 different types of alien cum?
Why is there a double-ended dildo over here, Miles?
Why, when I turn on the black light, does the entire bedroom glow?
Miles.
Why did you paint the bedroom with phosphorescent paint?
Miles. I mean, they're happy to see each other for like a minute, I think, right? Like
No.
Nothing.
Let me kiss you like Tip and Gork kisses Al.
Miles.
I don't know where I'm going with this voice.
I don't know either, but I'm digging it. Miles.
I think one of my favorite little scenes in this was just because I like to laugh at Miles's misfortune.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So I had to share this moment with you, like when they're talking about how I guess she came back to visit when they were talking about like how she got pregnant. How can she be 2 months pregnant? And he was like, well, there was that one night. Like he had to point out
mad.
They only had sex once when she came back to visit 2 months prior.
Well, Miles was like, he wanted to get it in. He was mad because he thought he was going to be like, I'm going to be some speed romance and dynamite. I'm going to get it in. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
We planned my daughter because there was like a window of time that she had to be born because we were both active duty at the time. And so it was like, okay, so you have to get pregnant within this 3-month window. Or game over. Just can't. We have to wait then for 2 years.
Right. Hammer it up. Get the nails. Get the boards.
Ben, this is the most romantic story you've ever told.
One shot.
And you're really far away from your microphone. Get closer to your.
One shot, one kill.
There you go.
So I know Miles is pink because we had friends who were like, "Oh, we've been trying for 2 years, and we really hope we can have a baby soon." No, I got one shot, and it was like, "Hey, I think I'm pregnant."
That's what Stephanie
after. What the fuck? How do you know?
That's what Stephanie said the second time, like with Bobby, like it was her birthday. We went out on her birthday. We went to Baker's Crust, and that was like one of the first nights we went out in a long time. And then like we banged, and then she got sick right after because she had like food poisoning or something. Then she woke up, she's like, "I'm totally pregnant." I was like, "No, you're not. You're not fucking pregnant. What are you talking about?" And lo and behold, she sure was knocked up.
That's like in Species.
She's like, I'm totally,
She's banging all those guys to try to get pregnant. She finally gets pregnant.
Yeah, I don't understand how, like, she was so sure. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm totally pregnant." I was like, "No, you're not. You're just being crazy, woman." And she's like, "Nope, I'm totally knocked up."
I'm just dating
did you know when you were pregnant with Haley? Did you know right away?
Not right away, but at some point, like, I just realized, like, yeah, it was sometime.
When I was like, when she came out of my snatch.
Yeah, and then I had like a baby falling out of my vag. And I was like, oh.
Wait a minute, this isn't normal.
Why didn't I have a period for 9 months? That's really weird. Yeah, that's when I knew. That's when
I hear those horror stories where women are like, "Yeah, I just put on a few pounds. I'm not pregnant." And it's like, "No, you're pregnant. I see a hand pushing out. No,
No, I put on like 60 pounds. Like if I put on that much weight in that amount of time, there's something fucking wrong.
Miles.
Yeah, cut out pie night.
Yeah, I don't know. Miles is clearly mad because he wants to get it in. He's like, my wife's finally here. I'm going to get it in a lot. It's going to be real awesome. And she's like, no, son, I'm shutting this thing down.
What the fuck?
My vag is totally
like,
occupado.
You're 2 months pregnant. You got 7 months to go.
She's not even showing yet.
Yeah,
it's like a gelatinous blob in there.
Your mouth's not pregnant.
Let me get it in. Either your butt or your hands.
Yeah.
I just talked to Julian, and
Or
he
your
told me
feet.
More of you isn't pregnant right now.
I can think of a lot of you that's totally not
Julian
pregnant.
talked to his proctologist friend, and he said this will be fine.
So I'll totally bust one all in your chotch. But then you can push it out. I believe they call that a cream pie, I've heard on the internet or something. I've been real busy.
He even says, "Hey, let's try to make twins."
Yeah, it's all the Pornhub lingo now.
Yeah. So apparently the kids are doing this thing now called cuckling. Did I pronounce that right? A cuck. I'm not really sure, but I think you watch me fuck Julie is the way it works. I think that's, so I might have got my wires crossed somewhere, but it could work.
I'm going to give you a signal with like this, and as soon as that means I'm about to finish. And just as soon as you see this, I need you to yell out as loud as you can, "Miles!"
Call
I want to. No. Worf knows what he's supposed to do. He's been here every time.
They have to have like for the replicators and everything like an incognito mode, right?
Oh yeah.
Store the history.
It turns the background turns like gray, and that's how you know the replicators in the incognito mode.
Yeah.
So that's how you can replicate like a vibrating butt plug. And nobody would know.
Carpla.
Yeah, I need
Computer
sweet on
go into incognito mode.
Computer.
Hey, Quark, this thing got hooked up with that incognito mode. I'm about to
Miles,
fuck
I
it
need
up.
you to come look
But
at.
I wouldn't trust Quark's incognito mode.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I believe that's
Yeah,
called
he's got
blackmail
spyware
mode.
Ransomware mode.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Trojan horse virus.
Look, if I could fuck like Riker, I'd brag about it. Shit.
What? That came out of nowhere. I don't understand where that came from, but whatever.
I don't even know who said it.
Me neither.
Miles!
I was up in the Jefferson's tube. I used to go down the little vent thing there and watching the O'Brien's stateroom. That shit was some crazy shit. The way she used to, she'd replicate all kinds of weird shit for him to put on his little tiny Irish pecker. It was just crazy shit. He'd just be trying his best, and the whole time she's like, "Miles, I can't feel it," and it's just crazy shit. You know why they named the daughter Molly, don't you? Because that's the only way he's able to knock her up. He put a Molly in her drink and fucking hooked her up.
Miles. So yeah, she's back, and then yeah, that's as far as we've gotten. And then these weird folks want to talk to
Cisco.
They want to talk to Cisco because they need to be blessed. These weird Bajorans want to talk to Cisco because they
I
want
feel
to.
very bad for the husband.
They're getting married. Well, I mean, what they don't know is after he does the spiel, he gets to fuck one of them. You're just not sure which one it is.
It's a
Prima Nocta. Prima Nocta for the emissary.
Who is it gonna be? Who's taking this thing?
That's why the husband was very quiet.
Oh shit!
I feel bad for the actor because
watch.
No boom boom with soul brother.
the actress got to all the lines, and the guy playing the husband, I guess, no SAG card, so he just had to smile and nod.
Just stand there and look awkward in his sweatshirt. Space sweatshirt.
Bajoran sweatshirt.
Space sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt and it's in space. It's a space sweatshirt. Now on sale in the Dork Trek store for $29.95.
You can't dress up when you come see the emissary?
Go to dorktrek.com, get yourself a space shirt, sweats, suit.
I got this space use condom from the O'Brien stateroom. $39.95.
We should sell space sweatshirts.
Just say space.
And I don't even want them printed.
No, they don't even say space on them.
I want to get those heather gray
space
in bulk sweatshirts, and I want to take like a fucking Sharpie, the big Sharpie, and just write space.
If we do any,
you want the special offer one? That's motherfucking space, and just put mofo space, and those are $39.
If we do anything, I would like to try to, and I'm being serious here. I think there would be a real market for it. Wesley reggae jackets. That's what I want. I want to wear Wesley. I love the Wesley reggae jackets. Like they're so irate, man. Like why they don't sell those in Jamaica, I don't know.
They do sell them on Think Geek, don't they?
Man, fuck that place.
They have the Wesley hoodies.
Jamaica. Let me look real quick. You guys keep talking.
So
ours could be like windbreakers. That would be pretty cool.
But where we at? Oh, the blessing couple comes up onto the onto ops. I really don't like the Bajoran priest that we've never seen before.
Yeah, what's up with that guy?
Where he's just like, oh, the emissary. Let's get these couples blessed. Emissary, loving me some emissary until you're not.
They do make like swimsuits.
You can get one of those.
Look, I'll show you. It's on sale. I mean, here, I'll show you.
Just put the glasses on. Hey, Patreons, put on your special Dork Trek glasses and watch now.
Share screen. Hey, look, that's kind of fun, right?
Oh, those aren't reggae though.
Yeah, no, but those are swimsuits. Those are pretty neat.
Yeah.
And they make trunks for the fellas, right?
There's a very awkward smile on the lady in the operations.
Why don't they make a one piece for men too?
No, that'd be.
Oh, that is one piece.
Yeah.
And that way all the good pieces show.
Like a coverall kind of thing.
Look, and they have. Stop. What are you doing? I'm continuing shopping. Stop being a dick, Think Geek. Then they have the original series uniforms.
Nice.
Oh, that's the one I want. Yeah. Oh, that's even like better sale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is kind of cute, right? Like that's nice. What is that?
It's got
$9.99. Huh.
That is not bad.
It looks like they're all sold out though. Like look where it says select size. There's nothing available.
I think you got to pick the color first.
Oh.
You got the top. Oh, look, yellow is very.
Oh wow, science is very popular.
If I want yellow, then I'm good. If I want red, I'm good. But
Not
no,
blue.
I want the blue.
Then you're fucked.
I'll get red so everybody can be like, oh, you're at the beach. If you're wearing red, you're probably going to get eaten by a shark or something.
Get eaten by a space shark.
My favorite thing is when you wear the TNG uniform and they go, "Oh, you're a red shirt. You're gonna die." It's like, actually, no, not at all.
That's. Oh, now see on your screen next to Dennis's face, on my screen at least, is the Federation President's rug. I've actually got that
right there. The presidential rug.
The presidential rug. I want that for my office.
All right.
We're currently in contract negotiations, but if we win the contract, that's going in my office.
$70.
Why would anybody wear a polo? That's just ridiculous. Like I love Star Trek as much as the next guy, but fucking polos.
Those varsity hoodies look pretty good.
Those varsity hoodies, those dudes are bros for sure.
Do you have the scants?
Oh, look at the sheets! I'm gonna get those for my bedroom.
Yeah, for the Starfleet Academy.
Oh, it's only $20.
I love the yoga pants. The yoga pants.
Oh,
are
so
good.
here's the thing. If you look, if you look up the back up at the,
I don't see any Wesley stuff.
There
it is. There's the Wesley Crusher polo.
Yeah.
There's a uniform skirt.
Look at the con friendship necklace.
Friendship is rare. Where's that? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, the corset. I'm gonna buy all this shit.
Now here's the thing: is it vegan or vegan? Because this is Star Trek.
Vegan.
If they're from Vega, they're vegan. If it's people who don't eat meat, it's vegan.
So can you call it leather though? If it's vegan.
There's a Wesley Crusher bomber jacket. I guess that's kind of the closest thing you're gonna get.
Yeah, it looks
Crusher.
I don't like it.
Crush Wesley. Crush
I do
Wesley.
want to play this though. We should get this and play it. Klingon Monopoly, where you just kill. You have to kill everybody. That's the whole point of the game. It's just to kill them.
For real though, all that stuff is like a really
why is it
good
called
price.
Go? It should be called Kapla.
Gobla!
What's jail called?
Jail.
Oh, that's lame.
Go directly to the brig. Do not pass Kapla. Do not collect 200.
Some of it is actually written in Klingon, though, so that's kind of cool.
This is this bullshit that's go teach your kids how to read Klingon.
Are we like
I do like
affiliates with
that.
Think Geek or something? We should.
No, I was just
get a
looking at the
copy of this.
website. They do have some cool stuff. They've never been like a sponsor or anything.
But
so
they
far.
should be.
Yeah.
Because Dork Trick listeners will get 20% off when they use promo code I wish they were a sponsor.
They will
Promo
get
code BONE.
20% off when they use the promo code 2Dick Klingons. That's right. Promo code 2Dick Klingons. Use the code word boat race.
Boat Race 20 to get 20% off.
Promo code boat race.
Oh yeah, Jenny wasn't here for that when I had to explain that to somebody at work.
What did you have to explain?
Boat race.
Oh,
And then-
okay.
And then he demonstrated.
Yeah.
Well, I did to go through, and they're like, "Is that like skiing?"
Well, you can't just explain it. Like you have to demonstrate.
Yeah.
You have to pantomime it.
All right, everybody, gather around.
Yeah.
Okay, I need you two to
Everybody.
take your pants off.
Everybody.
Ooh.
Everybody start jerking off. The first one who comes wins.
Now, I need you to stand right here. Why? It'll explain itself in a few
It'll
minutes.
make more sense once the game starts going.
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna put this video on.
You'll figure out the rules as we go along. It's
Yeah.
fine.
There's no clock. Don't worry about time or anything. You just need to finish first.
Now, here's the thing. At no time do you look at me.
You can look. That's part of the game.
No, because I
You're
won't.
just not a good player.
I just there's that one.
I hate to see
special
your win-loss record.
Well, sometimes you got to stare at them to make it weird, so then they lose their boner. So you can,
Yeah. You're not just playing offense. You got to play defense too.
you
I
gotta
think Ben plays to lose.
play- Okay, I guess. All right.
Keep looking at me. Yeah, I know you're done. Keep going.
Blow a kiss at me. I love it.
But no actual kisses.
Just blow kisses.
I think you're trying to make boat racing too structured, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, just
It's
let it
supposed to be a
happen.
fun.
Well,
playful event.
my version involves a couple of D20s and a deck of cards.
Just gotta let it happen.
That's fine if that's what's going to help.
We
you get
roll
over
for
the line.
initiative and go from there.
Just let it happen. Just let it be, man. So
I think
anyway,
everybody gets their enjoyment how they get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd have done that to that little feller. He ain't never done that to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Make me some biscuit and gravy.
And then drink.
Mhm. So, yeah.
So the
So,
Bajoran couple, they're shit.
God, we haven't even. We're like 48 minutes into this, and we're just not even through the fucking credits yet.
So after the couple leave,
Good
all
God,
of a sudden,
Get
one of
to
those
it.
old ass ships come through the wormhole, and
It's
it's
got, like,
kind of like the
space
one
sails on it and
that Cisco made last year.
Yeah.
And so
This is biting Cisco shit because first he's cruising
Well,
around in his ship.
Cisco copied it their style actually.
Fuck you, Dennis.
I think this guy's, he's the one that's out of time.
Cisco was paying homage.
No, I'm not biting this shit. I'm paying homage to this poet dude.
Yeah.
I just sampling.
Yeah.
I was putting it on my 3D printer.
Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. So yeah, so he comes through, and as soon as he comes through, I'm like, oh, I know what's going on here.
Yep.
I know what's going on here. And then sure as shit, there's somebody on there, and he's alive.
And I'm the emissary.
And they beam him through, and what does he tell you? Well, guess what, everybody? I'm the emissary. You're the emissary, and you were all the emissary.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
look under your seat. There's a box. Guess what? You're the emissary.
Oh, we're all the emissary. Yeah. And then it just kind of goes from there.
Did anybody else immediately think that he was like a fake?
Yep.
Like somebody
Yes.
sent him to pretend to be this poet and like save the day and become the emissary and
Right up until the end, right up until the priest got arrested, and for a short time after that, I thought the priest had come up with it.
I thought it was what's her name, Kai Wynn.
So that's what I thought too. I was like, this
But
is all.
ultimately, she would have been the one who put.
It was weird. She never showed her face in the whole episode. Like you
Yeah.
figured she would be trying to cash in on this somehow.
Yes,
Well, she was mentioned.
Yeah, but I was for sure she was behind all this stuff, especially when they mentioned the guy who's now like the king or whatever, the presidente. When they're like, well, will he go back to the farm too? I was like, oh shit, she's trying to take over. She's doing some Kai Wynn shit. But no, it didn't happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
This dude just came back in and was all like, hey man, I'm the dude now. And that's it. And everybody's going to go back to being fucking slaves or whatever their fucking stupid name things are.
Go back to your caste system.
Yeah. Which is fun because then I was like, oh, Stephanie, because I was watching it with Stephanie and her maiden name is Bass. And I was like, you'd go back to being a fish and I'd go back to being a country. And she was like, you're a fucking idiot.
Star Trek Arachi brain, Bob.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm spicy because I'm a McCormick.
And so he wants to put it back in the caste system. And I didn't know that the Bajorans, they clap like this. They clap with palm and
I'll smack you in the fucking
That's
face.
their church clap.
yeah, I didn't
Well,
get
they
that.
did that first season.
That's the first time I've noticed it.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
But I like Jenny's interpretation of it. That whole I will smack the fuck up.
I will smack the shit out of you, motherfucker.
It makes sense that that's the Bajoran clap then, because, when I was in Starfleet, got the Bajoran clap, and penicillin doesn't clear that up too quick. Oh, hey, some of them land, some of them don't. Just keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Just a bit outside on that one. Oh my God!
You
Something's
guys
coming
are,
through the wormhole.
it's a terrible joke. Push it back. Push it back to the wormhole. Push the bad joke back to the wormhole.
That is not the emissary.
No, we got to go meet the prophets and tell them to take this bad joke away and send it back to its time.
We don't want it.
Everybody,
We don't understand the concept of time. That shit'll last forever here.
yeah, we don't want that dumbass joke. It's gonna ruin everything.
Give
We
it
don't
to the Dominion.
We don't even understand humor. That one's not good. Like it just sucks all around.
Oh, I love you guys.
I love you too, Ben. I love you too. You're the best.
Around.
Sorry, I'm trying to set up. I'm going to Gen Con over the weekend. I'm just going Friday, and I'm trying to set up a Star Trek game with some people I don't know on
Nice.
Facebook. I could get murdered, but we'll see what happens.
Nah, you'll be fine. Nerds won't murder you.
Nerds are the safest people on the planet if you're going to meet strangers.
Are they? Are they really, Ben? Because a lot of them like to yell at people on the internet, but I guess what you're saying is they're cowards in real life.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless you're female.
Unless you're female, they'll be like, "Oh."
Yeah.
They could always swat you. That's not fun.
That's true, but they don't know where I'd be living.
So I've got to watch Ready Player One now.
And I'd scream.
My
You gotta
son
flap your
showed,
hands
my
when you do
son showed me a clip from it, and I guess one of the characters dies.
Huh.
And at the funeral, he's in the eyeglass case, and it's got the Federation flag draped over the end of it.
All right.
And then he's got like the Starfleet deltas made out of flowers on either side.
No, Ben, stop. You're lying.
And no, I'm not. It's on YouTube.
That movie doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form.
Me either.
That one scene I've
Because
got.
I could go back and just watch all the movies that they're paying homage to if I wanted to.
Exactly.
Well, see, my thing is that guy's funeral is what I planned for my funeral to look like.
Uh-huh.
So
What,
it's
the
like
eyeglass case?
eyeglass case, got the Federation, the Rathacon Federation flag over the casket.
I bet StarTrek.com
I'm in.
has those fucking coffins for sale. Like, they have to. Sometime, somewhere, Roddenberry was probably high on the yayo, and he was like, what we should do? We should sell those fucking Spock fucking caskets. We'd be rich, man. These fuckers are going to die eventually. Gene, you got coke in your mustache. What the fuck?
I don't even have a mustache. It's all Coke.
It's just a coke. I got a coke beard. It's crazy.
a Coke stash.
Oh, God.
And just as a reminder, and this is me personally speaking here, Lieutenant Commander Ben, Rod Roddenberry is a living piece of shit.
Okay.
Damn.
I never really cared about
Is
Star
that
Trek.
hyperbole, Ben, or is he actually like
No, he is actually Majel Barrett took a shit and they named it Rod. Jean did it in her ass one day.
Oh my
The cum shit came out and they said, let's name him Rod. Rod Roddenberry. That's a good name, isn't it, Jean? And she goes, whatever, lady. I'm about to bang Susan Sackett again. Whatever.
I'm so high on cocaine right now.
I never really cared about Star Trek, and I really kind of felt, alienated by my dad. But then he died, and what he left his inheritance, I ran through that with hookers pretty quick, and I said, oh, shit, I need to cash in on some of this tricked out Trek money.
Well, didn't he start like a podcast? Like he's doing this, doesn't he? Like a Star Trek podcast? That's a real
podcast.
Fucking brilliant idea, Rod. Glad you thought of that one.
That's where the money is. Well, he's working with the high quality folks at the Nerdist to get.
You mean the high quality sexual harassers?
When you haven't, tied your girlfriend up in the basement and forced her to suck your dick lately, and you get bored, say, hey. Maybe you should start a podcast. That'll make some money. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just saying, in general, that's what podcasters do.
Somebody who might be getting a show back soon.
Yeah.
You know what? I would rather watch that than anything starring or featuring Rod Roddenberry, the living piece of shit.
A living piece of shit. What if that was his new show, Rod Roddenberry, the living piece of shit, and it was like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style show with him?
Then it would just hold to my my theory that he has no originality and he has to rip off everything from somewhere.
It would just be like people being mean to him all the time, and like he hung out with Wesley Crusher, and like they just hung out and did stuff. So like Wesley would be his like Jeff Green, and they would just hang out together, and people would just be dicks to both of them.
I actually might watch this.
I ain't got no beef with Wesley. Whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean he's a prick on a different level.
Ben, calm down.
Ben's real fired up today.
I've had 4 beers.
Nerd rage is strong.
I've had
Yes.
4 beers. I'm Captain 4 beers.
I'm not holding back tonight. I grew the beard. I'm shaving my head tomorrow.
I've had 4 root beers.
Doesn't even have caffeine in them. I just really got to pee, and I want the show to be over with. My bladder's going to explode.
And I would also like to point out to the fine folks at Waterside at the Blue Moon restaurant, their fish and chips is mighty fine. And
I thought you were about to launch into another rant.
if they want,
what the fuck those guys do?
well, no, I'm just saying if they hear this and I frequent their establishment, and if they'd like to give Lieutenant Commander Ben a little, reciprocation on that.
You want them to jerk you off too? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, the tartar sauce ain't cheap.
All right. I'm down with that. What was I going to say?
Tartar sauce is made of.
I
Mayonnaise.
need me some tartar sauce.
Fish jizz.
Let them have their tartar sauce. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, so Cisco's like, yeah, I'm done being emissary because Starfleet kind of hated it anyway, and it's weird being like a
Stoked, man. He's like,
religious icon. This is awesome.
I got
Then
a vacation.
once the guy starts the whole caste system thing, then the planet can no longer get into the Federation because they don't allow shit like that.
Yep.
So then Cisco's mad because he's like, well, you know what? What the fuck, man? Like now I failed at my job because of this fucking bonehead. And then people just start killing each other for no reason that I didn't really understand.
He was a lower class, I guess, and
Yep.
this guy, he's getting put back in his caste system. And I immediately called myself out on my own hypocrisy here because the last show that I was on was the Klingon episode, and I was like, oh, this is bullshit. She's interfering in the Klingon death ritual, blah, blah, blah. That's their culture. Don't interfere. And I'm like, this is bullshit. He just pushed that guy off a fucking ledge.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair, though, I will say that.
There's a difference between he was asking for it and he really was asking for it.
Yes.
Like it's like Kern wanted to be dead.
Yeah.
Where this guy was just like, yeah, I'm not going to get out of your way. And then he just fucking pushed him off
Yeah.
the. No,
how,
I'm not
how
going to.
dirty a career is Undertaker anyways? It's
Yeah.
not. like it's not filthy.
It's a necessity because then now you just have piles of dead people everywhere. Like,
And who's going to take care of them if you keep pushing the undertakers off a ledge?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Like in Judaism, you're unclean if you come into contact with a dead body, but the fact that you do that voluntarily, like you step up to do that, you're highly honored for it because you're doing, a service to the dead before the dead.
And again, it's just sanitary purposes. Like, what are you just going to make a pile? All right, there they go. I wish we really had a bunch of people that could get rid of all these bodies. So like the rats and all the disease from their decaying
Only
bodies.
it weren't so dirty.
Well, we did have a bunch of those people, but we pushed them all off the third level of the promenade. So we're kind of fucked here. What do we do with these guys?
We held an Undertaker's convention.
And we
on
blew
the
up
third
the
floor.
Yeah.
The
in
first
the space
problem
station,
is,
and then we invited Riker.
And we just kept pushing them all out.
the first problem is what do we do with all the fucking Undertaker bodies?
Hey, what's your name here? Are you on the? Oh, you're here for the Undertaker's convention. Okay, what's your name on the list? Bajoran. Okay, right this way. Push them. Let's see next.
It's like in the Simpsons, they have like the world's tallest escalator.
Right up that escalator, please. But yeah,
Pulaski on LA Law, the elevator opens and you just
yeah.
fall.
I gotta watch that episode. Poor Pulaski, I love her. I'm not
That's a great death. There might not have been a better TV death than that.
I'm not one to say nothing, but I bet she takes a mean dickin', that Pulaski. I bet she can really take it.
That's where Worf goes on vacation.
Yeah,
he goes to hang out with her.
I mean, because Riker's got to learn it from somewhere, right? Like, so, I mean, the sexy apple doesn't fall from the sexy tree too far. Is just be beating pussies up.
Like the Yin Yang twins.
Yeah, I mean, William, I was beating up pussy before you came out of one. Now start sucking. Dad? What the fuck?
Call me Finger Blaster Pulaski.
Finger but yeah, so then Cisco's like, you know what, maybe me giving up this whole emissary thing wasn't the best idea because this guy, I mean, which would naturally happen. Like, if I would use the example of like if a man from the 1800s won the presidency, think of what would happen, but we kind of have that now.
Yeah, I was just saying, if only we had a real world example where somebody left their job, a high-ranking government position.
Yeah, so like if
replaced by somebody terrible.
Yeah,
who
some
wants to turn back the clock.
really progressively cool black guy leaves his position, and some dumb old-fashioned stupid white guy shows up and it's like, yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah. Now the black guy is really qualified, a little reluctant to use his power because he knows it's a great responsibility, but he gets replaced by this fucking racist,
stupid white
I'm
guy.
just thinking, what if John Adams came back and, Obama steps down because he's like, oh, well, John Adams, one of the founding fathers, obviously,
Yeah. Now where's my slave?
No.
Take it back.
It's like, oh, you're my slave then.
I'm here to make America great again.
You must be one of the house servants. Like, what the fuck? No, but
Now, I will say newspapers are the enemy of the state.
But you know what though? If somebody from the 1800s came back and told Trump to hit the road because I'd be like, all right, do it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be
Can't
smarter.
be any worse.
You got to be smarter than this fucking jackal.
Abe Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S.
I
Grant.
thought you could say Andrew Jackson. He's on my short list of people.
It'd be like a Freaky Friday swap or something.
Yeah.
Oh, which one is it?
It's like the Patty Duke show.
They're presidents, identical presidents.
So then they go to the fucking wormhole and they hang out and they meet the emissaries. And I forgot how talking to the prophets is so like exhausting,
Tedious.
and tedious and softly.
They don't understand.
Hey,
Yes.
Kaya Paka came back though. That
And
was nice.
softly lit as well. Like it's very like glamour
Like an
shots.
Instagram filter on.
Yeah, it's like,
My-
geez, this
my
is
son-
annoying.
My son that's staying with me this week, he doesn't watch he's watched And so he was doing YouTube on his phone while I was watching the episode tonight. And when he looks up, they've just gotten inside the wormhole. And he's like, why did they put Vaseline on the camera? I'm like,
Because you got to lube up the wormhole before you go in there.
That's right, baby.
Well, you know, I'm like, this is the wormhole. These are aliens, and it's kind of like an otherworldly. He's like, oh, I just thought they were all old and they were trying to hide the wrinkles. And then he saw Odo, and he's like, well, what's wrong with him?
He's old and trying to hide the wrinkles.
He's a shapeshifter, and he's hiding the wrinkles.
You don't say.
Yeah. He's like, your TV's messed up, Dad.
So
This whole scene came across to me as like Cisco's like fighting with his little brother. It's like, yeah, well, if you think you're the emissary and I think I'm the emissary, like we should just go ask mom and dad and they're gonna tell us the real emissary.
essentially, yes.
Mom, Dad, who do you love more? We love the Cisco.
The Cisco.
It's just straight out with the Cisco. Well, why'd you send me back? Well, we sent you back for the Cisco.
Yeah. So he would come back. He hadn't visited us in a long time.
Yeah, this is their way to get like, well, you don't even write anymore, the Cisco. I mean,
You don't call us.
the Cisco. I mean, a letter would be nice to see. How have you been? Have you met anybody yet? Where are my grandchildren, the Cisco?
Are you and Jennifer still together?
I mean, we don't want to die without
Oh,
grandchildren, the Cisco.
As your
And they
son died,
don't understand because they're
It's
not
not-
living. They don't
yeah.
understand death.
Yeah, they don't get it.
Jennifer's not here anymore?
Jennifer died many years ago. I told you that. We don't understand time, Cisco.
Oh, that's right.
That's
He
the Cisco.
yeah. Likely excuse prophet.
Yeah. We don't understand the time, the Cisco.
It's like every time we go out with the prophets and we have to pick up the check. And we're like, you guys never pick up the check. They're like, oh, that's the past. The past is unchangeable.
We don't understand
is money?
The
In
debt.
the future, we will pick up the check.
and in the past we have not yet ordered.
Oh, here comes the check. We have to go to the bathroom.
I just watched that episode of Curb.
We forgot our wallet in the car. Be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Cisco. We forgot the wallet. But yeah, listening to the emissaries, or not, excuse me, not the emissaries, but the prophets speak is just, I mean, it's exhausting.
But the fun thing is that from a budgetary sense, you get like 6 extra guest stars
For free.
for
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
okay,
no, it's-
everybody, same makeup, same costumes, same sets.
No emotion.
We're just going to shoot it really, really bright and go. And just say the a lot. Like before you, before you use someone's surname, say the before, and you're basically a character.
Hey, can we send him back to where he came from? Well, yeah, we can kill him. That's,
we'll
that's
just-
no problem.
We'll just fucking ice
Yeah.
him.
I don't know how they got his spaceship back. They just transported him back, and he's gonna float out of the wormhole. A dead body.
Well, that didn't go. But see,
I
that's
love
not,
Ben's
that's not-
impersonation of the dead guy going through the
Whoa.
it's like, I wonder if the emissary worked out which emissary was the thunk. Oh, I guess Cisco's the emissary again. And here's the thing: from the point of view of the Bajorans, you know, Cisco's the emissary.
Mhm.
This guy shows up. Now he's the emissary. Cisco steps down. Cisco doesn't like what he's putting out as the emissary. So he's like, hey, come to the wormhole with me. Let's ask the prophets. They fly away. And then he comes back by and says, yeah, the prophets sent him home.
Yeah, he's home now.
Yeah, he wanted to be with his family.
They sent him home.
Yeah, they sent by sent him home. I mean, I killed that.
There's got to be some conspiracy theorist out there. You know,
Oh yeah, there's a space Alex
X-Files
Jones
guy.
for
He's like,
sure. Yeah,
oh,
oh yeah.
no, man, the Cisco, he takes that motherfucker back to the Gamma Quadrant and fucking airlocks his ass.
No,
The
totally.
Federation wants you to think that these orbs are the prophets.
They're putting chemicals in the orbs and making the space station gay.
Yeah. There's definitely some Alex Jones motherfuckers out. Of course there are. I mean, you need conspiracy theorists. You know.
They put chemicals in the holosuites.
Well, I mean, now I wouldn't doubt that though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, of course they do.
Of
Yeah.
course, he's putting chemicals in there for sure. to make it more addictive.
Eroticine
Just like
For
Colonel
sex.
Sanders with his fried chicken.
Yeah.
Viagra X.
But yeah, dude. And then basically your man's in them is real. Julian and the B story is Julian and Miles miss each other. Like that's the B story.
And he's driving
Keiko.
Keiko crazy.
Yeah.
Keiko makes a date for them. A
Yeah.
play date.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Keiko, because Julian, I mean not Julian, but Miles wants to get it in, but it's not going to happen. So Miles is doing what most husbands just do, hanging out just in case. He's like, you know what? I'm not getting it in right now, but that could change. Because maybe something will happen, but it's not gonna, because she's cataloging things. She came back from work to work, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, good. You brought your work home.
You were just gone for a year.
Because even when you're home, you're gone. Great.
Come on,
And
man,
then
you got
it's-
5 minutes.
And then he goes to the bar to hang out with Julian.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Oh, but the poems have changed. But history apparently hasn't.
No,
That was
because
Now?
yeah, I
It's
don't
like
know how that one worked, but I was okay with it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, like
like,
it depended on the point of view of the person who was like for Kira it was the same, but then for
Yeah.
everybody else like it was
Like
everything.
the Back to the Future rules did not
changed.
apply here for some
Mm-mm.
reason.
Right.
I think because the prophets were involved.
Yeah, like they were cool with it or whatever. I don't know.
Prophets work in mysterious ways.
They sure do.
Oh. And emissaries, get it in.
Emissaries get it in. And that's it. The episode's over.
Yeah, I got a weird vibe when that guy brought his 14-year-old daughter over. I was like, what are you offering
Yeah.
to the emissary here?
This is
Would
the
you want to
weirdest
hang
bar
out?
mitzvah I've ever
Gonna
gone
come
to.
hang out?
You want to come hang out with all the 14-year-olds, Cisco? I heard you're into
Cisco's
that.
like, no, I'm really not. You're kind of creeping me out right now.
Well, the other emissary said he was
And
all in.
I'm a weirdo, but I don't like that.
I mean, they at least need to be space 18.
She's only space 18.
Or as I like to call it, space tea.
You know, the Bajoran day has 26 hours in it, so adjusted for the 14 might actually be.
I am not on a sliding scale with my space rules.
She needs to be space 26 just in case.
Mhm.
Actually, space 30. Is there a space cougar available?
Yes.
Space Cougar.
His girlfriend.
In space, no one can hear you
She's out
come.
in space.
In space, no one can hear you.
My original was going to be in space, nobody can hear you cream. I didn't know if it'd fly.
They both worked. I was happy with both.
Yeah.
In space, no one will hear me call. Oh, I just did. In my pantaloons.
Captain, we got reports of airlocks opening in the middle of the night. What's going on?
I don't.
You can hear.
What are you so worried about? You don't see me getting all in your business.
To your bucket and come?
But yes, that's the episode. You know what? I really liked it. I'm going to say this episode was a 6.5 for me.
I'm gonna agree with you, Bob. It was pretty good. Pretty good. It was not my favorite, but it was a good, kind of a filler episode for the story arc, I felt like. For the
Mhm.
whole, the DS9 story.
I was going to give it a 7, but the cinematography in a lot of places, there were some weird camera shit going on in this episode. Some weird zooms and pans. Like there's this one scene where Cisco's talking and they're kind of a medium shot and they kind of weirdly, like he's here and then it weirdly zooms in and then it, I'm like, what the fuck's going on with this? And then there's the one where they're talking about, oh, Miles is having a baby and the camera follows Quark and does this weird around and out thing around the ball.
Yeah, but I thought that was a fun part of the episode, though. And Korg is like, what is he say? I thought the females carried the I thought that was cute.
Acquire, Barack, acquire.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. That kind of threw me off a little bit. It was just weird.
Like a weird tracking shot of Quark for no
So
reason.
I'm going with 6.5 as well.
Yeah.
You could have just said, I agree, Bob, but you had to go on this long bench spiel just so you get more,
Look, you know,
just get more airtime.
You
Ben,
would be disappointed if you didn't.
let me tell you, 7 years ago, y'all knew what y'all was getting into. You were warned.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a little piece of production that says, now let's go to the Ben corner. You just ramble on for God knows what.
I would just stay off the episode proper, and then I'll do like Harlan Ellison used to do on Sci-Fi, and I'll come in at the last 10 minutes.
Or like Andy Rooney.
Yeah, you know, and I'll just be like, you know what just really just pisses me off this week's episode?
You get the curtain there. I think that works for you. You can put like a little banner above you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
A little stopwatch.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard from Dennis.
Dennis, what do you think, buddy?
I say it's a 6. It's good. I think this episode is just there to remind us about the Prophets.
Mhm.
We haven't seen them in a while. And we haven't had like a Cisco episode in a while either.
Yeah.
It seems like anyways.
Cisco
There's
has
been a lot of Worf going on recently,
Yeah.
which isn't bad.
That's something I've noticed about TNG and Deep Space Nine, and I guess because I've been rewatching it, you know, with all of us over the years and stuff, and then thinking about Tatas, that original series was all about Kirk.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't get enough
Kirk,
lines
Spock,
this
McCoy.
week,
Yeah. That was the 3 of them.
but you really had Kirk was always like, you know, pushing to be in the front, and you really didn't get that as much with Patrick Stewart, and definitely not as much with Avery Brooks. But there's still, it's like, no, they're the star of the show. But it's one of those things where their standoffish made it even more of an impact when they were involved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really feel like DS9 has a star of the show. Like the whole, they really do give a lot of equal screen time to all of the characters.
No, I agree with that. It does feel like it's like a floating kind of
Ensemble cast.
The whole arc of the series doesn't revolve around one person.
which is good.
Yeah.
You know?
I disagree.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've seen it all, so. But I'm just saying, like, what are we, season 4 now?
Yes.
Yes.
It feels like maybe half the episodes are Cisco episodes, which is still a good chunk of them, but there's a lot
but
of
the other
focus
half,
on the other characters.
the other half are split between all the others.
Yeah. I
So
don't know,
it's,
maybe
you know, it's
more
it's like-
recently. More recently, it seems like there's more focus on the other characters than there
I
are.
mean, and it's
This
hard
is
to
so-
say too, because I mean, like all the other stars were captains, so it's like they almost lend you to like this is an ensemble cast because that motherfucker ain't a captain either. He's an
Well, he's a
emissary.
captain
And
now.
Yeah,
it
but when
was-
they start-
it was centered on the bridge too.
Yeah,
You know, like there's no bridge really here. Everything
ops.
happens outside of ops.
yeah.
So many promenade stories where you're just
Yeah.
strolling down the main street of town.
Yeah.
Let's go by the old general store, and looks like old man Barack and Garrick are having a fight about the price of latinum. Looks like a farmer's going to be president this year.
It does very much have a very fun a Western vibe to it, and I really like it.
Well, that was the thing. This was supposed to be like Gunsmoke, and where Star Trek, the original series, was Wagon Train to the Stars. This was supposed to be Gunsmoke, where, you know, it's Dodge City. It's that frontier town, and everything comes through the town.
Pat Masterson, Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So-
I stand by that this is probably the best Trek series.
Oh no, totally. I'm completely agreeing with you.
And it so pisses me off that so many people skip it.
Well, you know, whatever. Fuck them. Let them watch that other show, the Voyager. That's boring.
Stroke your dick to Voyager, and if you want good drama, come over here and watch some DS9.
Yeah.
You can watch Road Rules. I'm watching The Real World.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go. That's the episode. Thank you very much for listening. We will be back next week. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Dork Track. You can follow us we're on Patreon too. We're there as well. So much great stuff. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week. No one can hear you. You have to say bye.
Bye.
There you go.
Bye.
Dennis, I didn't get a buy out of that guy. Watch
Bye.
your
Harunk.
ass.
Space.